I opened one, then another, then another. They were letters, but none of them had ever been sent. My great-uncle had written them, and simply kept them. The oldest was dated decades earlier. And the strangest part, there were no family secrets, no hidden fortune, no shocking confession. They were just his life. He wrote about his first job, things he regretted, funny things my grandmother had done when she was young, people he'd lost, people he'd loved, advice he wished he'd given sooner. It was like reading someone's entire life, one small envelope at a time. I kept going, and somewhere along the way, I stopped hearing everyone else in the shed. I was just sitting there, reading the thoughts of a man who had been gone for years. Then, I found one envelope with my name on it. I froze. I was only a little kid. When he wrote it, my hand suddenly felt different. He had written this for a version of me who didn't even exist yet. I opened it. The first sentence said, "You probably won't remember me very well when you're older." I stopped, because he was right. I barely remembered him. Then I read the next line. "That's okay. I'm writing this because one day, you'll wonder what kind of person I was." I couldn't keep reading for a moment. I just sat there, holding the letter, and suddenly, the old shed didn't feel like a place full of junk anymore. It felt like a room full of voices. People who had lived, loved, made mistakes, lost people, and eventually, disappeared. But my great-uncle had somehow left pieces of himself behind. Not for money, not for attention. He had written those letters because he knew there would come a day when someone might want to know who he really was, and that day was mine. For years, I thought he kept everything because he couldn't let go of the past. Now, I think I finally understand. He wasn't collecting junk, he was collecting memories, saving tiny pieces of his life for people who weren't old enough to understand them yet. And that little wooden box wasn't hiding his past from us. It was carrying his voice into our future. I've started writing letters myself now, not because I expect anyone to read them tomorrow, but because someday, someone I love might wonder who I was. And if that day ever comes, I hope they find something more meaningful than possessions. I hope they find my words. Because sometimes, the greatest thing we leave behind isn't something that belonged to us. It's something that lets the people we love feel like we're still there, even after we're gone.